He got me a Nintendo 64. And dude, I played so much N64. It was repulsive. It was disgusting. I blew on so many cartridges. I have the lungs of a chain smoker now. That's how I say hi now. And for a few years, the only time I could actually play N64 was either at my friend's house or when I went to go visit my dad every other weekend, because, you know.
Divorce.
So when I was visiting my father to spend quality time with my father, I was just playing N64 the entire time. Though, just the whole fucking time. Hey, buddy, you want to go play catch? Oh yeah, I'd love to play catch. If you want to catch these hands, bitch. I'm trying to get a sick picture of Pikachu on a surfboard if you can't tell. So how about you fuck off? Okay. Dude, perfect example of how obsessed I was. One weekend when I was visiting my dad, I was supposed to be like helping him move into his new house. And I remember I like snuck away for a little bit and like secretly plugged in my N64 to a television and played Paper Mario. He got pretty pissed off, understandably so. But you know, at the same time, don't schedule a big move on the same weekend your son's gonna visit you, obviously. Biological fathers, take notes. But the N64 was and still is my favorite video game console of all time. I just remember having so much fun playing when I was a kid. Me and my sisters would play these like incredible iconic games like Super Mario 64, Pokemon Stadium, Star Fox 64, GoldenEye. The list goes on. But amidst all these incredible iconic games, there was one video game that completely took over my life, and that was The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I cannot tell you how much I love this game. To this day, it is still my favorite video game of all time, and I don't think anything will even come close to it. Besides, everybody loves gaming. Dabra! And I know I'm not unique for saying this. Ocarina of Time is a lot of people's favorite games, but still, the story, the gameplay, that sense of wonder and excitement you feel when you first run out into Hyrule Field, and the feeling you get after solving a difficult puzzle or beating a tough boss, everything about it was just perfect. I can make an entire video about why I love Ocarina of Time so much, and just the impact that it had on my life and my childhood. But that's not what this video is about. So when I was around maybe 17 or 18, which is almost fucking 10 years ago now, I was at that point where I probably beat Ocarina of Time like, I don't know, more than like 20 times at least, I don't know, a lot. So I knew the layouts of all the dungeons really well, and I could finish them pretty quick. And there was one particular dungeon in the game called the Water Temple. And that was my favorite one, because you know, I got that drip. But no, if you've played Ocarina of Time on the N64, you know how fucking annoying the Water Temple is. You have to constantly change the water levels in the temple, and you have to constantly open the start menu to switch to your regular boots to your iron boots. You gotta do that like a million times. And it was so hard that like the director of the game had to publicly apologize for it. It was gnarly. But 18-year-old Curtis, I had the whole thing memorized, man. And I could do it pretty quick. I remember doing it over and over and over again to see how fast I could get it done. I remember I got my record down to like, I think it was like 31 minutes. And I thought it was hot shit, man. I thought I was like bragging to my friends about it. Even though I don't think any girl would be like, yo, you hear about Curtis's time on the Water Temple? 31 minutes. Yeah, it may have been the Water Temple, but it wasn't getting anybody wet. So I remember one day, I decided to take a look on YouTube to see if anybody could even come close to my epic 31-minute time. And that's when I see a video of someone beating the Water Temple in 2 minutes and 29 seconds. 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Now, obviously, they use a bunch of glitches and exploits to practically skip everything and go right to the boss. But still, I remember being like fucking blown away. And I think this was my like real introduction to the concept of speedrunning. And speedrunning has become like super popular, but if you somehow don't know what it is, here's a quick definition. A speedrun is a playthrough or a recording thereof of a whole video game or a selected part of it, such as a single level, performed with the intention of completing it as fast as possible. So I was technically speedrunning the Water Temple before I even knew what speedrunning was, which is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, I don't want to say I invented speedrunning, but I mean, if you guys want to say that, that's fine. But after seeing that 2-minute Water Temple run, I kind of fell down the rabbit hole and I just fell in love with it, man. It's fascinating, it's entertaining, it's impressive. Also, fellas, a little tip, the next time you're bumping uglies with someone and you arrive a little earlier than expected, just say you're doing a sex speed run and you're in the clear. Seriously though, in the last few years, I've become like just so fascinated with speedrunning and all of its components. Unfortunately, there are a lot of cringe compilations from a certain speedrunning marathon, which are very funny.
So confirmed Santa's #1 helper is a squirrel.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
But I mean, you can make a cringe compilation about anything that people are passionate about. Because when you love something that much and you devote your like entire life to it, you don't care if what you're doing is cool or normal even, right? You're just genuinely enjoying the thing that you love. And I think that's beautiful, right? There's some really amazing content creators out there like Summoning Salt, The Rixer, Easyscape, Bismuth, who do these incredible deep dives into the overall progression of a particular speedrun, or they'll explain glitches and exploits that people use to beat a dungeon in a fraction of the time that I can, even though I spent weeks and weeks trying to do it. It's fine, I'm happy for them. But the glitches that these speedrunners pull off are just, I just can't wrap my head around them. And I've seen a lot of them, okay? I have seen a lot of glitches. I've watched tutorials even, just to make, just to find out how they do it. But I've never actually like tried any of them. So how about we do that? Let's go try a speedrunning glitch. Okay, so the glitch I'm gonna try is in Super Mario 64. There's this endless staircase in the game where if you don't have enough stars, this just goes on forever. But there's apparently a glitch that lets you kind of beat that. You kind of do a backwards, you do a long jump backwards, and it kind of shoots you up the stairs. Okay, this is harder than I thought. How do you do it? Hold on. Come on! Oh my god! I did it! Holy shit, that was so much easier than I thought. Nice. I thought this was gonna take like a half hour. Okay, cool. Back to me. Well, that was a walk in the park. Feels good though, man. I get it. I'm hooked. I'm addicted. Done. You know what? I gotta chase this high. Doing one successful glitch, that's not enough. I don't want to just sit on the bench and watch anymore, okay? This isn't my middle school basketball team. I want to know what it's like to be #1 on a speedrunning leaderboard. I've watched enough of these videos. I think it's time to fulfill my speedrunning destiny that began 10 years ago at the Water Temple, and I need to become a world record speedrunner. So let's go do that. Okay, so obviously it'd be pretty fucking stupid for me to try to go for an Ocarina of Time speedrun, because people spend like literal years to try and get their time down, and I don't have that much time. Well, I mean, I guess I do. I could just not upload for like 5 years and try to do it, but I like uploading videos. And also this video actually has a deadline, so I need to find a video game that's like way less competitive, and that's gonna be tough because I feel like any like modern game is gonna be pretty competitive, right? Just because it's like new and exciting, right? I'm playing Hitman 3 on stream right now. So how about we take a look at those leaderboards to get like a general idea of what like a new game speedrun time would be. The first level took me like 90 minutes to beat. So let's see. Okay, 6 seconds. All right. So yeah, I don't think any newer game is gonna be a good call for me. So I need to find an old video game, but an old video game that isn't well known and loved by a lot of people, I guess. So I have all my old N64 games in this basket here. I'm going to go through them and see which ones I could potentially speedrun, if any. So let's have a look. While searching up all the leaderboards for these, I was surprised by the sheer amount of runs that have been completed for these games. It's crazy to think how there can be so many different communities and rivalries within these 20-year-old video games. And most of these are just way too competitive, and there was no way I could even come close to a #1 spot. Dude, even with games that I thought wouldn't have any records like Monopoly, there's still several records from people as recent as like a month ago. Monopoly. No fucking way, man. It is also pretty funny that one person holds the #1 spot in every category for a game called Monopoly. Can't write a better joke than that, man. Okay, unfortunately going through all my childhood games was a bust, and not the good kind of bust. And I guess that's good. That'd be really weird if I did that. All my childhood games were just too popular and already had super competitive, devoted speedrunning communities. But just when all hope was lost, I remembered an N64 game I purchased at an antique store a few months ago. And yeah, the fact that something from my childhood now qualifies as an antique makes me want to hammer a nail into my thigh, but it's all good. The game I purchased at this antique store is called Waialae Country Club True Golf Classics. I bought it for $5 because I like vintage stuff and I also like golf, so I thought, hey, why not, right? The game was released in 1998, and Golf Digest describes it as the worst golf video game man has ever known. So I guess that means women know of a worse golf game than that? Why are you hiding it from us? Speak up, ladies.
Come on.
And if we take a look at the Waialae Country Club leaderboard on speedrun.com, There's only a couple of people to beat in each category, but there is only one person